The Sioux Falls Stampede sit in 6th place in the USHL's Western Conference heading into the second half of the season. Tonight, they returned from their holiday break and hosted the Waterloo Blackhawks. Stampede strike first in the opening period. Jared Westcott's denied out front, but Ryan Sullivan gets a stick on the rebound and the puck carries over the line, puts Sioux Falls up 1-0. Later in the first, Blackhawks on the power play. Joe Cassetti walks down the slot and tucks the wrister inside the post and into the back of the net as Waterloo draws even on the man advantage. A few minutes later, both Stampede defensemen follow James Marooney down low. He feeds Emil Orval out front. He dekes and scores for Waterloo's second power play goal of the game. They led 2-1 after one. Second period, Stampede now with the man advantage. Yami Kranilla snipes it up top shelf, tying the game at 2. Sioux Falls adds 2 goals in the third for the 4-2 victory. The Minnesota Twins made a splash in free agency earlier today as they signed slugger Nelson Cruz to a 1-year deal worth $14.3 million, which includes a $12 million team option for 2020. Cruz spent last season with the Seattle Mariners, in which he hit .256 with 37 home runs. The 39-year-old outfielder and designated hitter has hit over 35 home runs in each of the last 5 seasons, and his 203 home runs since 2014 leads all major league players. Rapid City native and Olympic hopeful Tony Smorgowitz is in town putting on a youth triathlon camp. We'll hear from him next. We'll be right back. The South Dakota Prep Media Poll for this week was released today and features some movement. In AA boys, Yankton remains the unanimous #1 team, while Lincoln moves up a spot to 2nd. Huron jumps 2 places to 3rd, while Rapid City, Stevens, and Roosevelt round out the top 5, with Brandon Valley just on the cusp. The Class A boys poll remains unchanged as undefeated T-Area is the unanimous #1 team, followed by Sioux Falls Christian, St. Thomas More, Pine Ridge, and Red Cloud. Bridgewater Emory collected 17 first-place votes to stay atop the Class B poll. Clark Willow Lake and White River received the other 2 and ranked 2nd and 3rd accordingly, with Timberlake and Aberdeen Christian filling in spots 4 and 5. The AA girls poll features the same 5 teams as last week. Brandon Valley takes the top spot as the Lynx earn 14 of the 19 first-place votes. O'Gorman picks up the other 5 first-place votes and sits 2nd, followed by Harrisburg, while Stevens and Washington are tied for 4th. In Class A girls, St. Thomas More continues its run atop the poll. Lennox, Winter, Aberdeen, and Roncalli remain in spots 2, 3, and 4, while Vermilion enters the poll at 5. And in Class B girls, the top 4 remain the same, with Ethan slotted first, followed by Warner, DeSmit, and Corsica Stickney. Faith entering the poll at 5th. Complete polls available on the sports page at KELOLAND.com. 2020 U.S. Olympic triathlon hopeful and Rapid City native Tony Smorgowitz hosted a youth triathlon camp today at the Sanford Wellness Center. The camp lasts 3 days and focuses on all aspects of the sport, from training to proper nutrition. In today's swimming clinic, Smorgowitz wanted to focus on the differences between swimming in a pool versus swimming in a triathlon.
Yeah, so the biggest thing from doing the swim in a triathlon to the swim in a pool is that everyone has their own lane in a pool. But in triathlon, you might have 100 people on the start line starting together, and they dive in the lake, and you're a foot apart from all your competitors. So it's really cramped, and it's really important to get out fast, and it's also important to get to those buoys that you go around.
There are 10 youth participants in the camp, ranging in ages and experience. The camp began yesterday and runs through tomorrow. And that's a look at sports.